I'm going to do a video specifically for hair because her hair here is very complex. And so I'm going to make a series of long, skinny words to give this a hair-like texture to separate from her skin texture, separate from her pants texture. So first of all, I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to go to Image Rotation, and I'm going to rotate this clockwise because it's just going to be easier for me to work in here as far as I'm concerned. So I've made a new folder already up here called Hair. So I'll take modern and I'll duplicate this, move this over, rotate this. By the way, if you want to hold your rotation to purely 90-degree angles or 15-degree increments, hold your shift button down. So that's perfectly flat. And I'm going to make a long, skinny shape there. We'll try that. Move up into my hair folder. Just keep it all there. Okay. Dancer, duplicate, shift button, long skinny form. Let me pause this and move ahead a little bit. So you can see what I've done is I've put a bunch of text side by side. I've got this long skinny theme going, and I've got jazz here as my last one, and I can use my arrow keys, by the way, so I can move this around to fine tune it. Since these skinny shapes are pretty hard to grab, click on this one. Now, I'm going to turn these four layers into one layer. So I'm going to right click on the top one, I'm going to choose merge down, right click, merge down, right click, merge down. If you had a ton of these, there are other ways you can do it. But right now, that's all one single layer. Now, when I go into my filter, sorry, edit, not filter, edit transform, and I'm going to use warp because this gives me a lot of control. This is all going to go as one because I put it on one layer. So I can try to fit this in. Get that little bing if I missed. I didn't click on anything. Don't panic, in case you were going to panic. So since these are really, really fine lines, I'm obviously not going to be able to fill them perfectly, but I want to get a sense for the shape and form of the hair. And there's definitely going to be some tweaking and fine tuning that goes with this. So don't worry about that, or don't worry about it just yet. But I think that's doing a pretty nice job of giving me a start on the hair shape, and I'm going to go in and fill it. Now, here's another cool thing. I've got this done. I kind of like that. That's working pretty well. I can take this, right click on it, duplicate this layer. So now I have another one. Oh, look at that. How convenient was that? Because this is pretty similar, right? So once again, I'm going to go into my edit, transform, warp, and I'm going to jump ahead here. Okay, you can see I've used the edit warp to fit that in. I'm going to fine tune it a little bit, probably add some individual letters in to fill some of these spaces in, and add something down here. So, filled in jazz down here, threw in a couple extra Z's, J-A-Z-Z-Z, another extra Z there, because you got to fill some stuff in somehow. Now here's another cool trick, kind of like we did before. I'll take my top layer here, because I'm going to liquefy, but I want to basically just fill in the edges, or touch up the edges. Right click, merge down, right click, merge down. What I'm doing is I'm merging the whole hair layer together. Now you don't want to do this until you're pretty sure this is what you want to do. But since I've got a whole bunch of complexity here, it makes my life a little bit easier. Going to go into the liquefy filter here. And you can see now in the liquefy filter, I've gone up and touched up some of the edges, like here, made this fit nicer. I've even stretched some of these things out along the hair follicles. So I think it looks pretty good.